All right, so this is the sixth round in the first winners segment. Both of these won in the 32 beer challenge, or in the first round. These are among the 16 winners, and this is the sixth best of those winners versus the sixth worst of those winners. That is by Beer Advocate and Rate Beer ratings. I used 4 different ratings. I used the Rate Beer and the Beer Advocate score, and the average ratings that I guess users gave. And then I normalized them and added them together to give me a score between 0 and 4. And this is a higher score. In fact, this, I believe, is classified as an adjunct lager.
Bullshit.
And it's the highest rated adjunct lager of the 32 that I've tried so far. Now, what do we got going on here? The Moosehead retained a bit more of a head that is dissipating, but it could be just the way that I poured it out of this can. Moosehead is also no, it's not an adjunct lager, it's an American lager. So, we'll see if this has that adjunct lager taste. But this is the adjunct lager, this is the American lager. They both are 5% ABV. And, no, this is 4.6. 4.6, and Moosehead is 5. And now we're going to see which one tastes better. And at one place I saw that this was called a craft beer by Kronenbourg Company. It's out of Hawaii, but it's pretty much sold in most places. At least I've seen it sold in a lot of different places. If it's sold here in Florida, then it's probably sold pretty much everywhere. But anyway, let's get these mixed up a bit and get to taste it. Because I just don't know about this camera. The batteries seem to want to die whenever they want. Arbitrarily, you might say. And hopefully I got a new fresh battery in there so it doesn't die in the middle of it. Alright, I'm pretty sure I don't know which one is which, and I don't know which head pattern one head or the other. Looking at these, you know, they both have similar, well, this one seems to have more carbonation to it. Colors, basically identical. Here we go. Bottoms up. Smooth, decent flavor, not real strong. Not as strong as in the previous round with Czechvar and Estrella Galicia. Those are stronger. And let's see how this one goes. Both of these have a good finish. Both of these are about the same level of flavor intensity. They both seem to have the same amount of crispness to them. That's one word that I have a problem saying. Crispness. I guess you could say crispiness, but it's not crispy. It's when you say crispy, you think something has a crunchy exterior, or just crunchy in general. Like Cocoa Krispies. But when I say crisp, as far as beer goes, you know, it's got this nice clean flavor. No, not dull. You know, kind of the opposite of dull. So crisp. So I call it crispness. And if I say it too fast, it sounds like Christmas. Crispness. I have to make sure that I really pronounce those syllables, or those consonants. So which one do I want another one of? Well, that's tough. There is a slight difference in flavor, I think. very, very, very slight, very subdued difference, which makes it hard to pick a winner. Very hard. So got a nice good swig there. Got no problems with that taste. And that's the thing, you know, when you taste one right after the other, you're getting some influence from the previous taste that affects the second taste. So, I'm gonna have to take some big gulps here. Big gulps. All right.
Hey guys! Whoa, big gulps, huh? All right.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Let me wait a little bit and let that taste kind of dissipate before I swig this one. I think this one might be slightly more bitter. And not necessarily in a bad way. So here's the question. Which one do I want to have another one of? If I was going to pour me another one, at this point, it doesn't really matter. I'd go for either one, but now, we're getting to some differences here. Whereas this one had the crispness to it, and this one tasted dull. So let me try it in a different order. Yeah, definitely. This is definitely more flavorful. So, I think that if I wanted to get me another one of these, I would probably go for this one. Now let's see what we're looking at here. This looks like the Moosehead. And this is the Longboard Lager. Longboard Lager is a good adjunct lager. If you don't like that style of adjunct lagers, well, then this might be one that might surprise you, because it's pretty good. So far it's knocked off Moosehead, and I thought Moosehead was pretty good. You know, this isn't even an adjunct lager. This is a American lager from Canada. No, Canada is America. It's North America. So, Moosehead, you're going down the loser bracket. And Longboard advances. And this is not an upset because this one was rated higher. So whoever did the ratings got it right this time.